it's Gabrielle here with you again. Today I'm going to show you how I make alcohol ink flowers. For this I'm going to use Tim Holtz Pitch Black Lettuce, and this one is light grayish Cobalt B95. So those three colors is basically what I'm using. So I start out by putting a little drop of the black and a drop of the blue. And then what I do is I let it dry, and once it's a little tacky, I add a drop of isopropyl alcohol and I just blow on it with a straw. So my method for blowing is basically I just bring the straw close in and blow harder and then pull away. As you lift the straw up, blow lighter to get the more of a pointed tip on. So what I do is make up one petal, and then I'll move on to another dry spot and make the next petal. I like to give the previous petal time, a few seconds to dry, and then I just sort of keep working my way around. It's also good to give the alcohol a second and kind of absorb the color before you start blowing. That way it picks up all the different shades and pushes the color. So when I see a spot that's more saturated with ink, that's where I like to drop a little bit of the isopropyl alcohol to kind of push the colors and bring more petals in. Here I'm adding some more of the blue and a touch of the gold. That is Jacquard brass color. It's Pinata Paint. So what I'm doing now again is just keep continuing to push it out and make these little petals. Just keep working until you see it coming together and you see it starting to look the way you want it to. Right now it's still kind of clustered and too many dark areas, but I'll just keep working at it till it starts looking right to me. So you can make different types of petals depending on how much alcohol you lay down. If you lay down a big blob of it, you can get kind of bigger, thicker petals. Small dot will give you more of a straggly or thinner petal. Here I think I was going a little bit more with the straggly petals, but I like to put little thicker ones into the center. And here I just took some old ink I had in a glass, and it had a little bit of pink in it, and I'm just dabbing on just with some alcohol, little dots in the center, just to give it kind of a nice center. So here I'm going to use another method similar to using the straw in which you blow, but this time I'm going to use a can. I put down a little alcohol and I use some canned air, you know, the stuff you use to clean the dust out of your keyboards. That packs a nice little punch when it comes to spraying, but you can control it pretty good. My preference actually is using the straw, but I know I had my sister and my daughters playing with it, and they really like this spray can method better. I added a little bit of that brass color here to give it a little bit of shimmer. Sorry about the lighting. The light overhead kind of is shining on that spot, so it's hard to see the color. It is darker than it actually looks on the screen. And now I'm adding a little bit of greenery. I'm using the Tim Holtz Ranger's Lettuce, I believe the color is. First I thinned it down, but then I found it was too pale. I put a few dots there for the bottom of the flower, but in the end I ended up just taking it directly from the bottle. So here I'm making some base leaves for the flower, and just put a little dot of the lettuce down and then just use the spray can to shoot the little leaves up. And I'm adding a few leaves to the stem as well. And to finish it off, I'm doing a third flower here. And just to remind you how I do it is I lay down a couple drops of black and blue ink. I let it dry in a puddle, and then I use the isopropyl alcohol on the edges and just push the petals out. And I do this by bringing my straw really close to the little puddle of alcohol, and I push outward. I'll blow, and as I lift the straw, I blow a little harder to get that sort of pointed tip. And if there's a part you don't like, just lay some alcohol on it and blow it out again. Eventually it'll come to what you want it to be, and then just work from the center up again. That way the petals layer on top of each other. Sorry about my head bobbing in and out like that. I was trying to stay out of the vision of the camera, but sometimes it happens. But I just wanted to give it a chance to just to show you how I do it. And here I'm just adding a few more side leaves for the flower. I pop that in, and then I just again will start working from the outside, from the center, and blow up over it so that some of the petals kind of overlap. And we're done. So here's some close-up looks at the flowers that we've made. I hope you really enjoyed watching me do this, and I really hope you give it a try. It's really fun. To remind everyone that I always put a list of the products I've used in the description area under my video. So if you're ever lost as to what I've used, or you didn't see it quick enough on the screen, you know where to look to find the products. I've also posted links that help you find them.